Welcome to Norway Perspectives, brought to you by Norway Relocation Group. One of the biggest, most fundamental, and potentially most costly misunderstandings newcomers face is how health coverage works in Norway. Many people arrive with the powerful and widespread idea that healthcare is completely free, or that they are automatically and comprehensively insured the moment they step onto Norwegian soil. The truth is far more complicated, nuanced, and based on a strict, bureaucratic system of registration and legal residency. If you don't understand the intricate rules of Norway's health insurance system, you may find yourself in a precarious and stressful situation, potentially ending up paying the full, unsubsidized price for medical treatment, which can amount to thousands upon thousands of kroner, for a simple emergency room visit or a specialist consultation. Being denied coverage for your spouse or children because you missed a crucial separate registration step for each family member. Failing to get a primary doctor, fastlege, leaving you without a main point of contact for your family's health needs, and unable to get referrals for specialized care. Overlooking your fundamental rights to reimbursement for medical expenses, and missing out on the annual cost cap that is designed to protect you from high out-of-pocket costs. Facing serious and frightening delays and gaps in healthcare access that could put your and your family's well-being at significant risk. In this detailed and comprehensive episode, we will give you a complete breakdown of the Norwegian system designed to empower you with the knowledge you need to navigate it successfully. We'll cover how Norway's celebrated national insurance scheme, Folketrygden, actually functions from the inside. The precise criteria for who qualifies for automatic coverage and who must proactively apply for it. What is covered by the state, and just as importantly, the common and expensive services that are not. How co-payments, egenandel, and the crucial annual spending cap, frikort, work in practice to protect you financially. The severe and immediate consequences that arise if you fail to register yourself and your family properly. The specific risks, requirements, and potential pitfalls for immigrants, international students, skilled workers, and their dependent families. The national insurance scheme. Folketrygden, the entire Norwegian welfare state, including healthcare, is built upon a single, unified public system called Folketrygden, which translates literally to the people's insurance. It's crucial to understand that this is not a dedicated health insurance program. It is a comprehensive social security system that covers everything from health and disability benefits to pensions and unemployment support. This massive system is funded by a combination of taxes paid by employees, contributions from employers, and general state funding. It is managed and administered by the Norwegian Labour and Welfare Administration, universally known as NEV. The single most important rule to internalize is this: membership in Folketrygden, and therefore your right to subsidized healthcare, is inextricably tied to your legal residency status, not just your physical presence in the country. To be covered, you must be officially registered as a resident in the National Population Register, Folkeregisteret, which is managed by the Norwegian Tax Administration, Skatteetaten. If your stay in Norway is intended to last for more than 12 months, your health coverage generally begins from the day you are officially registered as having moved to Norway. This is not the day you arrive, but the day your registration is processed and finalized. If you are only staying in Norway temporarily, as a tourist, a short-term visitor, or a student on a program shorter than 1 year, you are not automatically included in the scheme. This is a critical distinction that leads to many newcomers facing enormous, unexpected medical bills. Who is automatically covered and who must apply? Your path to health coverage is not the same as everyone else's. It depends entirely on your nationality, the legal basis for your stay in Norway, and the intended duration of that stay, usually covered automatically. You are generally considered an automatic member of Folketrygden once your registration is complete, provided you fall into one of these categories. Long-term residence. You hold a residence permit that allows you to live and work in Norway for 12 months or longer. Once you have completed your registration with the police for non-EU citizens, or the tax administration for EU citizens, received your personal ID number, fødselsnummer, and are officially entered into the National Population Register, your health coverage is activated. EU-ER citizens. If you are a citizen of an EU-ER country and you move to Norway to work, you are entitled to coverage from day one of your employment. Your registration as a worker with the authorities triggers your membership. Students from EU-EA countries are also typically covered. Family members. Dependent family members, spouses and children under 18 of individuals in the categories above are also typically covered. But this is not a passive process. Each family member must complete their own individual registration process to activate their coverage. Must apply separately. In a significant number of cases, membership is not automatic. You must submit a specific application to Navi to be assessed for voluntary or compulsory membership. This most often applies if you are a student from a non-EU EE country staying for a period between 3 and 12 months. You are often required to have private health insurance as a condition of your student visa, but you may be eligible to apply for membership in Folketrygden. You are a posted worker from another country sent by your foreign employer to work on a project in Norway for a temporary period. Your social security status is often determined by agreements between Norway and your home country. You are a dependent family member of someone who is not a Norwegian or Nordic citizen, and you do not have your own work permit. For example, the non-EU spouse of a non-EU skilled worker may need to be actively registered through a separate application to NAV to confirm their coverage. If you fall into any of these categories, do not assume you are covered. You must proactively contact NAV to clarify your status and, if necessary, submit an application for membership. What's covered and what isn't. And one of the most persistent myths about Norway is that healthcare is free. A more accurate description is that it is heavily subsidized by the state. As a member of the system, you are still expected to share some of the cost for most services. What's generally covered? Once you are correctly registered in the system, Folketrygden covers the vast majority of essential medical services, ensuring you are never bankrupted by illness. This includes visits to your general practitioner, fastlege, hospital treatment and inpatient stays, including complex surgeries and specialist care, emergency care at a public hospital or legevakt, urgent care clinic, maternity care, including all prenatal checkups, the delivery itself, and postnatal care, which are almost entirely free to encourage family health, child health checkups and vaccinations at the local public health clinic, helsestasjon, which are also completely free, up to age 16. Prescription medication for chronic or serious illnesses under the blue prescription, blue recept system. Under this scheme, you pay only a small percentage of the cost for essential long-term medications, psychological treatment, and physiotherapy. But critically, you must have a referral from your GP to access the subsidized rate. Without a referral, you will pay the full private sector price. What's not fully covered? The big expensive surprises. This is the area where newcomers often face the largest and most unexpected bills. The following services are generally not covered by the public system. Adult dental care. This is the single biggest shock for almost every newcomer. Dental care for adults over the age of 25 is almost entirely private and exceptionally expensive. Folketrygden does not cover routine dental checkups, fillings, root canals, or crowns. Only children up to age 18 receive free dental care, with partial subsidies available for young adults up to age 25. A single root canal can cost upwards of NOK 10,000. Glasses and contact lenses. Routine vision care is considered a personal expense. You must pay for eye exams and any corrective lenses entirely out of pocket. Cosmetic procedures. Any treatment that is not deemed medically necessary is not covered by the state. Alternative treatments. Services like chiropractic care, osteopathy, or acupuncture may have very limited subsidies, but you will often pay the majority of the cost yourself. Co-payments, egenandel, and the annual cap, frikort. Every time you access a subsidized health service, you are required to pay a co-payment, known in Norwegian as an egenandel. This is a fixed, regulated fee for a specific service. For example, a standard consultation with your GP, around NOK 170, 300. Seeing a specialist after receiving a referral, NOK 386. Lab tests, radiology exams, and physical therapy sessions also have their own egenandel fees. However, the Norwegian system has a powerful safety net to ensure that you are protected from high cumulative costs throughout the year. This is the frikort, exemption card system. Think of it as a financial bucket that you have to fill with your co-payments each calendar year. You pay egenandel for your doctor visits, subsidized prescriptions, and necessary treatments. All of these payments are automatically tracked by the government's central health portal, Helse Norge. Once the total amount of co-payments you have made in a single calendar year reaches a specific annually adjusted cap. In 2025, this cap is NOK 3,065. Your financial bucket is considered full. The system then automatically issues you a frikort. For the remainder of that calendar year, almost all your medical treatments that normally require an egenandel become completely free of charge. This system is designed to ensure that those with chronic health conditions or those who need frequent medical care are shielded from overwhelming and unpredictable costs. What happens if you're not registered properly? Failing to complete your registration in the National Population Register, and, by extension, Folketrygden has immediate, severe, and financially painful consequences. You will not get a GP fastleg. The fastleg system is the cornerstone of Norwegian healthcare. Your GP is your gatekeeper to the entire system. Without one, you have no primary doctor to go to for routine checkups, non-emergency health issues, or crucially, referrals to specialists. You will be forced to rely on expensive private clinics or overcrowded public urgent care centers. Legevakt. You will be charged the full, unsubsidized price. This is the most painful and immediate consequence. If you or a family member needs medical care before your registration is finalized, you will be treated as a tourist or a private patient. The hospital or clinic will bill you for the full, unsubsidized cost of the service. A simple ER visit for a sprained ankle could result in a bill for several thousand kroner. A more serious procedure requiring a hospital stay could be financially devastating, potentially costing tens of thousands of kroner. You will not be reimbursed. You will not be eligible to have these high costs reimbursed by the state at a later date, because you were not a member of the insurance scheme at the time you received the treatment. You will be denied other benefits. Your membership in Folketrygden is the key to a wide range of other social security benefits. Without it, you will not have access to paid sick leave, sykepenger, maternity or paternity benefits, foreldrepenger or disability benefits, consequences for your immigration status. Your healthcare status in Norway is not just a health matter. It is also intrinsically linked to your immigration status. The Norwegian Directorate of Immigration, UDI, and the police expect all foreign residents to be self-sufficient and to follow the rules of the system. When you apply for a renewal of your residence permit or for permanent residency, the authorities may check for any red flags related to your conduct in Norway, including outstanding medical debt. Having large, unpaid medical bills can be viewed as evidence that you are unable to support yourself financially, which is a core requirement for most forms of residency. Improper use of the system. If it appears that you have accessed benefits you are not legally entitled to, it can raise serious questions about your compliance with Norwegian laws and regulations. While minor administrative issues are unlikely to derail an immigration application, a pattern of non-compliance or significant unresolved debt can create serious complications for your long-term future in Norway. Final thoughts. Do it right and you're secure. Norway's healthcare system is without a doubt one of the most generous and secure in the world. But it operates on a strict and uncompromising set of rules. It is not a walk-in service for anyone who happens to be physically present in the country. It is a fundamental benefit that is earned through legal residency and proper, diligent registration. If you skip these fundamental steps, you expose yourself and your family to massive financial risk, dangerous gaps in medical care, and even potential immigration problems down the line. However, if you approach the system with understanding and do it right, by registering yourself and every family member promptly, understanding the central role of your GP, and knowing how co-payments and the Folketrygden system work, you will have one of the world's best and most equitable healthcare systems supporting you every step of the way. At Norway Relocation Group, we guide newcomers through the essential and often confusing registration steps with the police, the tax administration, and NAV to ensure you and your family are properly enrolled in Folketrygden and avoid any dangerous and costly gaps in coverage. And at our sister company, NLS Norwegian Language School, we teach you the practical, real-world Norwegian you need to navigate the system confidently, from reading letters from your doctor and using the Helsenorge digital portal to communicating effectively with NAV officers and healthcare professionals. Visit norwayrelocation.no for comprehensive relocation and system support. Learn practical Norwegian for healthcare and public systems at nlsnorwegian.no.